Hello, happy International Women's Day. Last year on International Women's Day, I issued a challenge, and that was to have 365 orgasms a year. As Susan Weed says, it doesn't matter if you had one a day or seven on Sunday. The idea was to hit that 365 target. And this challenge was issued based on the idea that when we are not stressed, when we are happy, when we are healthy, that we make better choices. And I would argue that orgasms help us de-stress, make us happier, and make us healthier. So, did anyone do it? Let me know. Shoot me a message. I would love to hear about it. But today, on International Women's Day, I want to talk about something that a lot of us take for granted and don't even really think about anymore, and that's the ability for women to control our own money. So, for most of Canadian history, that wasn't the case. In the late 1800s, there was a law called the Married Women's Properties Act, and that allowed women to own property if they were married. But even then, the reality wasn't always matching the law. And well into the 1960s and 70s, a lot of banks still wouldn't give women's loans, mortgages, or credit cards without a husband or a male cosigner. So essentially, you had to participate in marriage to have access to financial tools, and you had to have a male cosigner. And it wasn't until protections like the Canadian Human Rights Act in 1977 that discrimination in lending started to be taken seriously. So, because of those changes, millennial women are the first generation in Canada to grow up assuming financial independence from day one of adulthood. Opening a credit card, applying for a mortgage, starting a business, those things feel normal, but they're the result of generations of women pushing and fighting for equal rights. And that's something worth celebrating today. Something that I also would like to talk about is I have this memory of going through my grandmother's yearbook with her. So they had her photo and what she wanted to be when she grew up, and she wanted to be a secretary. And so I became curious, what did other people want to be when they grew up? And I was looking, and all of them wanted to be a secretary. The only thing that differed was who they wanted to be a secretary for. So some of them wanted to be a secretary for a neurologist, others for a lawyer. And I really want to celebrate that 2 generations later, women are more educated, women are in far more diverse kinds of careers, and that is also something worth celebrating.